In the far north of Sweden, above the Arctic Circle, an entire town is slowly moving. Not its people, the town itself, its houses, its shops, even its 600-ton wooden church are being lifted off the ground and carried, building by building, to a new home. This is Kiruna, and it's quietly running from something beneath it. Kiruna almost shouldn't be here. It sits 200 kilometers above the Arctic Circle, in a place of brutal cold and months of darkness. But in 1900, a mining company found something extraordinary under this ground. One of the richest iron ore deposits on Earth. A town grew around it almost overnight. The company even gave its people a gift, a beautiful wooden church, finished in 1912, shaped to echo a traditional Sámi hut. For over a century, Kiruna and its mine grew together. The iron built the houses, the streets, the church. But a problem was hiding in that bargain from the very start. The iron didn't sit in a neat block under empty land. It ran at an angle, straight beneath the town. To keep reaching it, the mine dug deeper and deeper, more than a kilometer below the surface. And as it hollowed out the rock under Kiruna, the ground above began to give way. Engineers call it subsidence, the slow sinking and cracking of the surface. In 2004, the company delivered the news no town wants to hear. The cracks were coming. Given time, they would reach the streets, the homes, the church. Kiruna faced a choice almost no town in history has had to make. Close the mine that feeds everyone, or move the town out of its way. They chose to move the town. And here, moving a town is not a figure of speech. Around 3,000 homes and 6,000 people are being relocated to a brand new city center, built a safe distance to the east. Some buildings were torn down and rebuilt, but the ones people couldn't bear to lose were lifted whole onto rows of wheels and driven slowly across town. The most emotional moment came in August 2025. The old wooden church, over 600 tons, more than a century old, once voted the most beautiful building in Sweden, was raised off its foundations and rolled, slower than walking pace, down a specially widened road to its new home. It took 2 days. 10,000 people came to watch, including the King of Sweden. Imagine standing on the roadside as the church you were baptized in, married in, and mourned in rolls quietly past you toward a new horizon. For the people of Kiruna, this wasn't construction. It was their memory, packed up and relocated, so the iron beneath them could keep feeding the world. But not everyone sees this as a triumph. For the Sámi, the indigenous people of this land, the growing mine means more than moved buildings. Its expansion threatens the ancient migration routes their reindeer have followed for generations. To some, the grand spectacle of a moving church was a distraction from a quieter loss, a way of life slowly squeezed out by the very iron that built the town. We like to think of cities as permanent, fixed dots on a map. Kiruna is a reminder that they're not. Every place sits on top of a reason it exists, and when that reason is buried in the ground beneath your feet, the ground gets the final word. The new Kiruna is already rising to the east. The old one will slowly disappear into the very thing that created it. That's why it's there, and that's why it can't stay. Every place hides a story like this, just beneath the surface. We'll keep digging them up, one map at a time.